Twitch let people stream the inside of people's brains because this is the inside of my brain. It is the inside of my brain. Oh, look at her ears. I think she might be an elf. The most pathetic woman in space is trying to summon alternate universe versions of herself to steal her ex-girlfriend back from them. Only to find out that none of them are dating Lunaterra. Which is very funny. Hey gamers! Oh, sorry, I can't. The tune of music's so funny to me. We're gonna play the Halloween game before I get into Heaven Will Be Mine and do the betrayal missions. I think what the plan is this. Then we're gonna go through full Saturn route. I'll try and drop a save and see if I can get one that like is between Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces, and see if that'll work for me to be able to like just do either or. We'll see. So I want to go through all the Saturn again, just as a like look back, and see what changes. And then I'm going to do the parts of Lunaterra that aren't Saturn. Same thing, and then finish it off with Pluto, and probably not do a full reading of the Pluto route. Oh, did my stream just reset? But in the meantime, let's hang out with the most pathetic girl in space, and she loves being called pathetic, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get... I want to do the balance one, too. But that's gonna be last. I think that's the last thing I want to do. God, my hands look terrible. So, let's hang out with, the Princess of Memorial Foundation. Everyone at Memorial Foundation headquarters has been getting vaguely worded memos saying that an important announcement will be made today. The bridge bunnies brace themselves for the voice that plays over the loudspeakers. Good. These are good outfits. Attention everyone, as Memorial Foundation's newly appointed multicultural ambassador, I am pleased to announce my new Universal Outreach Initiative. Using an experimental portal, I will be contacting alternate versions of myself. This will have many cultural benefits and increase mutual understanding. Specifically, I hope to find a version of me who's still dating my horrible ex and then steal Lunaterra back from her. Nobody is to disturb me while I engage in this Memorial Foundation initiative. Please stay away from my office and continue to approve of my hard work from outside. That is all. This portal better work. I can't believe I had to build it myself. She's so scrunkly. What are bridge bunnies even for? If not an infinite supply of pity and consolation in place of the therapist? Do your job, girls! Oh my god, the gayest girl in space. Not even, but... I love this chunky computer. I should have simply gotten one for Christmas, but no. All I got were spoons, even though that's not at all what I decided people were supposed to give me. Well, time to spearhead the Universal Outreach Initiative. Of course, loyal bridge bunny. Why does Operations Chair Europa call Lunaterra kitten? Halloween. How about we never discuss this again, ever? Good. With a flash of light, the strange device bridges the gap between two alternate forms of cultural expression. On behalf of the Memorial Foundation, welcome. I am, of course, Halamede, and I look forward to... Well, howdy, I'm named Halamede myself, but seeing as we got the same name, y'all can call me Cowgirl Halamede. Endless Halamede stealing the singular Lunatera they actually collectively had from each other. Insane, I love her. I'm so sorry, Mia, for being bad at being Texan. Cowgirl Halamede. Okay. I was hoping we could have an intercultural dialogue about the importance of people going back to Earth from space. Lunatera, not a cat. Lunatera, not a dog. The animal that's her is the horse with a beautiful flowing mane, because she is beautiful and majestic from a distance, but actually very studdish and bad and terrible. I am regrettably a horse girl. I remember that one. That one's really good. Well, now that I can get behind. I'm as proud as any American of what NASA's doing over in Houston, but I do worry for their safety. I tell you, every time our brave astronauts and astronauts are up there, I pray to the Lord Jesus Christ that they come home safe. I really prefer to use a faith-neutral framing officially, but yes, I think we've got some excellent common ground there. I'm not going to hide I'm a God-fearing woman, ma'am. But my beautiful transsexual ex-girlfriend never did see eye to eye with me on that neither, and if I can forgive her, I can forgive you. Ex-girlfriend, huh? Is she by any chance a pilot? Tall, traumatized, and completely heartless about girls' feelings? Why, you got that little filly described down to a T, so to speak. Well, I shouldn't be too disappointed you failed to win her over. At least it means she isn't into all that. I'll just keep trying. This portal better give me what I look for. Again, the portal activates, revealing... Oh dear. Greetings on behalf of the Memorial Foundation. My name is Halamede, but due to my long and successful career, you can call me Halamilf. You rebels think you're so smart for ditching the Memorial Foundation career track. In 10 years, I'll be on TV in my private zoo, a level 2 executive clutching a to-go box of fresh cream, filled meringues in my lap while a beautiful woman spoon feeds me milk. Good. I see. Yes. I see what's going on here, and it's perfect. I don't think it's really proper for you to bring some milk woman in here with you while I'm trying to run a decent multicultural summit. What, her? Don't pay her any attention. She's not the important one here. I am. Halamede wishes she was a cream-filled meringue. So true, bestie. Hi, Santo. It's good to see you're so successful, though. A fitting reminder of what I'm on a track for myself. Even if it's a little weird to actually see it like this. Wonderful. Thank you for having me headline your summit and discuss my success. I love representing women over 30. Actually, do you have any life advice to give about handling Lunatera and her, unfortunate ways? Oh boy, I wouldn't mind some tips neither. I tried wrangling that gal, but she's mighty hard to lasso. Oh, you're still here? I thought it might be nice if I only needed to deal with one of you people at a time. I love how they cry the same. The faces are incredible. Lunatera, I know just what to do to a graceful girl like her. Every day, I have my team of assistants send her messages about how happy and fulfilled I am. So she can see what she's missing. Halamede's so neoliberal, she refers to her own damn self as you people. This is next level neoliberalism. This poor milk lady. She doesn't even get paid for this, I bet. It's for exposure. And boy does she get exposed. Also, really like the mandatory Memorial Foundation uniform, like bondage leggings or whatever the fuck she's got on here. And we also sent her messages about how many adoring followers I have so she can feel jealous of them. And for a crowning coup de grace, I sent her videos of me crying so she can see what she feels guilty about. Wow, that advice was a total waste of time. I already know all those tricks. The portal flashes again, this time in somehow less sci-fi way? Why is Marcel here? What the fuck? I think if I were some kind of fantasy creature, I would be an elf. Oh my god. Are we turning Lunaterra into some kind of fucked up dragon chimera? Because I didn't realize we could make her hotter. Calamel? Hold on. This is so fucking funny to me. I've been talking about Farland with my friend for like 3 hours. Oh my god. Was that a gate spell? Welcome. Apparently you were cosplaying when I contacted you. Do you want to change into something more professional? Oh, what? Huh? What are you talking about? What's wrong with my robes? Don't think that's cosplay. I know you city folk like to dress all businessy all the time, but some gals are just more outdoorsy types. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to judge your traditional. That was an amazing fucking animation there. Traditional cultural garb. Unless it's some other culture's traditional garb, in which case you need to undress immediately, but not in a sexual way. So fucking veneer of multiculturalism. Where is so multicultural? Everyone can have their own culture and not touch any other cultures. Just undress in a sexual way and fuck each other up. But they're both bottoms. Every day I go to I go to my alternate Twitter account, and this is why I was like, you need to get in here right away because we summoned fucking Marcel from Talamede. I every time I log into my other Twitter account, I just go scroll down until I see the I cry for all of the horrible things that trans women go through that turns them all into bottoms, and it makes me laugh. Europa walking into a room full of distinct and yet equally fucking pathetic Halamedes. Does Twitch let people stream the inside of people's brains? Because this is the inside of my brain. It is the inside of my brain. Oh, look at her ears. I think she might be an elf. The most pathetic woman in space is trying to summon alternate universe versions of herself to steal her ex-girlfriend back from them. Only to find out that none of them are dating Lunaterra. Which is very funny. Half-elf, technically. Oh, this is Halamede, Nora. She is the princess of neoliberalism. Like Arundel or Tefania Westwood. Cute. I don't think it's really fair to other demi-humans to say that I'm cute just because I'm a half-elf. You can say I'm cute, just not like that. Pun name, so I'm fully on board with this, correct. And you're all humans, it looks like? Yep, all humans around here definitely all belong to Earth. Even the celestial mechanics perverts. Saturn just pops in right here. Hello! A whole world full of long-legged human women? With those stumpy round ears and strong hands? Tell me, does your world have such a thing as a Lunaterra? Is Saturn really a pervert though? I want to be a toy.jpg. Halamelf's disturbing question goes unanswered as the portal discharges some new unfortunate. A tiny little Saturn popping up the window with a gremlin face like, hello? Oh, excuse me, ladies. I must have wandered in here by mistake. Oh no. We found the one trans femme Halamy. This event is open to all cultures, although I don't think you're... Wait a minute. I feel bad about intruding in your space, ma'am, so I'm just going to leave and not bother you anymore. Actually, to clarify, I'm going to talk about how Theodore will look in the movie adaptation. He's so waifish and slim, delicate perhaps, and blonde, and his hair falls boyishly below his ears, but not that far. His eyes change depending on the light. He's also flat-chested like a normal, decent human being. She's gonna hate crime herself. Halamy does a trans misogyny. Like always. No, don't let him leave. You're not getting into the portal until we figure out what your deal is, whoever you are. I know who he is. That's Theodore. Who's Theodore? I'm just a stable hand and I'm not used to all this attention. Oh. Give this boy the horse piss. I've decided Theodore doesn't know what nail polish is. Not only does he live vaguely in the Middle Ages, he thinks girls' nails are just like that naturally. I mean, mine aren't. But I'm not really a normal girl. No matter how much I want to be, I'm just not good enough. I've wondered if maybe I don't have enough estrogens in my body, and that's maybe why they don't. Look at how frail and scruffed up he is. I know, I shouldn't have feelings about this. Listen, kiddo, we all have feelings, but the Lord still loves you anyway. Don't let her get to you. What's he gonna do? Shove a girl about it? What? No. This music is a bop derogatory. When you open the page for this game, it plays the Utena commercial break music. While everyone else is stunned by this revelation, Theodore is so distraught at having his sins mentioned that he charges back through the portal in tears. I bet the portal dropped him off back with the mermaids. You've been working that portal pretty hard. How much more juice does it have? Portal still seems to be going strong. Welcome. Wait, why isn't anyone new here? Theodore cannot continue. He jumps off the cliff and goes to live with the mermaids, who force him to wear pretty dresses. Forever. Hi. Do you wanna come up here? Or are you gonna sit on the chair? Come on. There you go. Cat moment. Come here. Come here. No, I know. It's being watered. Okay, I'm gonna have to scoop her off the floor. She doesn't like the chair. Come on. Let me pick you up. She is flopped. Hold on. Ugh. She is a flopper. We're going on a trip to the floor. There she is. She's so fluffy. You're on TV. Oh yeah. Look. Yes. She's so fluffy. Come up here. She's being very adorable. She's been adjusting so well. It's like actually really weird. Not expected at all. Come here. She's looking at me like, I know what you're trying to do. No, she's fine. She's not being a problem or anything. Unless you mean you want to pick her up, but she'll, you know. Ah, she's so cute. I know what this is. I've heard about it on the news. You're trying to monetize me. Yeah, she's right. She's so smart. Wait, why isn't anyone new here? Dispel invisibility! Oh no, their invisibility spell must have been cast a level later above, causing my level 7 Dispel invisibility to fail. Marcial is way better at magic than Halamede is. What's your question? I mixed it. What the fuck is happening? Halamede is trying to steal her ex back from herself, which is a normal thing to do. She's trying to get a good grade in being a chaser. I'm from a lit RPG where we all know the numbers for our magic spells, by the way. I'm down here! Oh, now I see you. Halamede reaches down and picks up the new arrival. Why are you all so big? Why are you so tiny? You know what? I used to feel bad about being tiny, but now I'm mature enough to be happy just the way I am. She's so grumpy. I'll show everyone that even if I don't get those extra 6 millimeters, I can still be the best member of the Segovian Memorial. Segovia mentioned! It's real! The Segovian Memorial Foundation ever! Oh my god. And you know what? I didn't need to be taller. Oh wait, there's one before. I don't really... I know the 5'3" and I would like to be 6'9". I wish someone would give me 6 inches one. That one's a classic. I don't really need to be taller, but I wish I was. I used to pray every day for being turned into a taller person. I would try on my mom's heels in secret. I would hang on by my arms on the monkey bars to try to stretch myself as far as I could. And you know what? I didn't need to be taller. I just thought I wanted to be because of what other people told me. So when you say you want to get the surgery... And the first April Fool's podcast you did was a 1/100th episode with every canon fact about Segovia. 36 sentences and five sentences. Good. It's so funny that they're like, there's a Segovian Halloween. A girl without a dick is like a Segovian angel without wings. Yeah, you're still tiny though. The portal flashes like a glimmer of fire within a jewel. Oh my god! They made this for me. What benighted corner of the wheel is this? Everyone go read Kill 6 Billion Demons. It fucks. It's not okay for versions of me to not wear a shirt. Are your arms and chest made of body piercings? Where's your sense of shame? My flesh was scoured in the memory of you soon. The only shame I bear is that I wield the sword, and I do solely until all the others give up their blades and return inward to the tower, undoing the first division. Is she an angel? Venus 82 White Chain, born in emptiness, returns to subdue evil. Now you might think Lunaterra 6 Juggernaut Star scours the universe, but actually Lunaterra 10 Vigilant Gaze purges the horizon. Fierce Horse Soul. She is an angel. I am welcome to the inside of my brain right now. Well, that's probably bad and you shouldn't do it. The portal suddenly flashes again as in response to Halamede's anger. Amazed that anyone making or playing this game can see anything with their heads shoved so recursively far up their ass. That's me. Oh, she pooped. Oh. I hate being Chainsaw Halamede. What does that even mean? Quan Shi takes care of her haremets, and that's how you know she's not real. If only Lunaterra would give me a basic education, sexually, and human rights, sexually, and a scissoring centerfold in Shonen Jump. We can't talk too much about Quan Shi because, but, hehe. It made me make a contract with an existential threat. Me! Chainsaw Halamede, as if I need that to fight. What sort of combat skills do you have? Personally, I'm spec'd into beam magic to draw objects and forces inward. Like lassoing, I getcha. Well, not all of us get to have beams and lassos. Some of us have to live with chainsaws in our heads, and nobody's talking about it. When you reach my age and my level of personal self-actualization, you'll see that fighting is a lower-class diversion for children who just want to keep playing in space. Violence is like womanhood. You can't escape it, so you shouldn't want to. I don't know about escaping womanhood, but I know there are trans women who feel like they never had a chance to be a woman, and I feel bad for them being so ignorant they don't know about the transformed self spell. Ma'am, I have to say I find all that talk of magic pretty darn disrespectful to the Lord above. What's really disrespectful is when tall women get the surgery to be tiny. Quiet! I know you all have your own nonsense going on, but I'm in charge here. You all need to hold it. Hold it for Halamede. Okay. Listen up. Are any of you currently dating Lunaterra? Lunaterra, the scarred betrayer, the rotator of cubes, she who perpetuated the moondrop, bearer of the word dog and pilot of the 7-part void. She ghosted me. Ah, LT. I have a special cage in my private zoo reserved for her. What are you trying to do with the radiator? So far, all of the poachers I've sent to capture her have been defeated and or seduced. But someday she'll be mine, and nobody but me will be allowed to go into her enclosure to feed her. Bearer of the word dog is an awesome title to have. I don't see much of that gal these days, but I do make special lunch for her to take whenever she goes on those long fishing trips with Auntie. Man, I gotta read that fic. The Lunatary Europa butchification fic. I wish that fiend was still around. With her gone, the only boobs I get to grab are my own, and those don't really count. This has wild implications. Lunatary is awful. She's got really overpowered crossbow techniques, but she has absolutely no grace, common sense, or ranks in wilderness lore. I'm not dating her exactly anymore, but she did sleep with a lot of my party members. Is she in a party with... Okay, hold on. We need to assign all of the characters. If Lunatary is Farland, which I don't think is the case here because that doesn't make sense. Well, maybe, but who knows. No. Pluto is Farland. That's the only thing that makes sense. Pluto is Farland. I think that Mars is probably Itsutumi. Saturn is probably Laius or Senshi. Probably not Senshi. There's not enough characters to make this work. Zendaya is Michi. Look, I am and always have been totally okay with my girlfriend making out with people without my permission. She's just not made for having a normal relationship or listening to anyone. This does not make me a cuckold. Also, the term is cuck queen. I saw this literally today. Lunatera never responds to my messages, and I'd say that's a tiny bit disrespectful. Actually, it's a whole lot disrespectful. Well, I hope you're all happy. This outreach initiative has been a huge waste of time. All I wanted, and I didn't think it was that too much to ask, was for one of you people to have what I was looking for, and for her to decide to give it to me. Is that so hard? There's fire in your apartment. Oh no. No. Instead, all I learned from this is I'm the only normal Halamid, and I already knew that I'm normal. I'm shutting down the portal. I don't know if you can go back to whatever places think it's okay to be like that. Ugh. I need to go take a bubble bath. And you! Don't tweet about any of this until I come up with the correct way to frame it. She doesn't even write her own tweets! Halamid bath art. Yes! So silly. Dedicated to Halamid. We should never go to space. Is that it? Such a beautiful little game. It's so fucking funny to me. Thank you for that little bit of goofiness. Alright, let's get game back in here. Also, shout out to Atena. Alright, let's get rid of Halamede now. Bring back Halamede, I guess. Come on. There you go. Okay. Let's start a new game with Saturn. Welcome, Provisional Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance is at level 1. Testing and maintenance. I'm gonna get my mouse for this. Warning, potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Warning, modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and/or firmware is strictly prohibited. Saturn, what are you doing? Notice, bypass override accepted. Notice, launch attempt blocked. No handshake with base. The other Halamede Heaven Will Be Mine game is also very, very good, but not safe for Twitch. Okay. I might play it off of Twitch. I'll go looking around for it. Oh, hey, Mercury. Not much. Warning, launch attempt blocked. Base handshake spoof detected. Just hacking into the OS root of the ship self. You. Base handshake. Base handshake accepted. Yeah, you can definitely DM it. You can DM me on Tumblr. Trying to stop some brat from hijacking the prototype, apparently. Notice, emergency launch override initiated. Prepare to launch in T-minus 120 seconds. Calm down, Mercury. I'm just borrowing it. I'm not debating. I'm trying to save your life. Commander will be furious if you... And he won't just accept you stealing the Cornerstone project from the designated pilot. It's not a big deal. I'll have it back before you know it. This is privileged information, but the designated pilot has to launch right this second to get that machine back to Earth before they get here. This is the worst possible time. It couldn't be worse if you planned it. This is where Saturn does the kitty face emote. Everyone in the system somehow suddenly knows this base's location, and they're heading here now. I'm very warm all of a sudden, I'm sorry. I'm stripping on camera. This is for Halamede. Ugh. Got toasty. Notice, user launch override blocked. Denied by base. Oh, wow. Weird. How'd that happen? User launch override blocked. Denied by base. User launch override blocked. Denied by base. You planned it, didn't you? You forgot an apostrophe. Base override. Remote shutdown in 30 seconds. No one can ever prove anything, especially not the designated pilot when conscious in Locker 27. Whoops. Oh, looks like they're trying to kick me out, huh? Saturn, I know you're mad, but you can't do this when they catch you. It's going to be so bad. Can you please just act like you're just pranking them? There's still time. I will beg them. Central worry. You've got hours to evacuate to the capital ship. They'll never engage you this far from base, and I'll be distracting them. I have it all figured out. Except for how you're going to do anything at all to accomplish that with everyone trying to kill you. Base override. 20 seconds. Saturn. Try to have a little faith. 15. Saturn. Calm down. Jeez, it doesn't take a genius to drive one of those things to the moon. Who cares which one of us does it? Or do you think I can't? 10. It's not the issue. The commander cares, and you know better than anyone what he's like. Fuck Iapetus. 9. Iapetus will just have to get used to it. Lol. 8. Saturn, what are you trying to prove? 7. 6. So much, Mercury. 5. But give me a little credit. 4. 3. I have much higher ambitions than just being a bitch. IFF sequence missing. Base override cancelled. I almost got worried for a sec. Welcome, assigned pilot. Full permissions granted. Saturn, I'm going to die, and it will be your fault. Aw, come on. I'll get this to the moon safe and sound. And let the Severance project be complete. I'll be very good, maybe, and do everything I'm supposed to. Maybe. Oh, I missed Brattern. I know I'm the second choice, but they'd rather have that than nothing, right? Very generous of me, isn't it? They will not accept that. They will sort of have to, though, won't they? If Command didn't want me to steal one, they shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. Emergency launch initiated. Let me know when he starts admitting it. Hostile launch. Catapult locked on. High risk of damage to your ship self. Jeez, now they're just being needy. Mercury, isn't it just the worst when someone who doesn't care anymore starts clinging just because they found someone new? Just because you found someone new. Notice, prepping weapon systems. Electrotoxin levels surging. Weapons operational. So gross. Emergency launch initiated. Welcome to the String of Pearls. Welcome back to the String of Pearls. I can't believe I really did it. I really, really did it. Everyone who said if I was good I'd get my chance again sure was a liar. I got away and I've got a ship and she's all mine. You're beautiful. I want to know everything about you. I miss this so much. Much better than the test machines from when I was in the academy. Kitty Bonime good. It's so true. We love the Kitty Bonime. She is beautiful. She's a wicked machine with a lot of secrets and just as giddy as her pilot to be free. She's extremely responsive, eager to do everything Saturn wants. You're even worth reading the manual for. What's in you? You're not hiding anything from me, are you? But Saturn already knows everything in the manual and more. It's a very cagey document that doesn't do the ship justice, and is certainly hiding something. There's plenty of information on how to use her electromagnetic poisons and how to cheat distance and gravity. All of that is fun, but none of that tells her the first thing about how to be a ship. This is useless. How can this help diagnose anything when they don't know the first thing about being a ship? So wrong. Why do you try? That's not what it's like at all. It's a body that's also a soul. It means exactly what it is. That's why it's small, curved in wicked edges in some places, but curved in soft ways elsewhere. Sharp claws, deadly tail, but cute enough to hug. I want a String of Pearls plushie. Actually, plushies of all of the ship cells would be really cute. Like a little tiny big head String of Pearls with a long tail and clunky boots. So perfectly suited for Saturn, one has to understand exactly why they wouldn't give it to her. Really perfect. It's better than a human body. That's reason enough to disobey everyone and run off with it, isn't it? The Mercursium plushie has to be cold and pokey, though. It's true. With real blood. I didn't say that. The first part to being a ship is having a meet cute. I would love to have a meet cute with a giant mech. Never was having meet cutes with mechs. She was cutting them in half. She was hitting them. Never was also having meet cutes with giant mechs. She was fucking Legion. I wouldn't call laying eyes on a war machine and going, I am going to murder you one day or die trying is a meet cute, but we can stretch it a bit. Oh, speaking of. Aw, more threatening emails from Iapetus. Missing me already. I gave him a perfectly good deal for someone who's always going on about mutually beneficial arrangements. He's really having trouble seeing the big picture. That's absolutely a meet cute. Shut up, it's Yuri. Hehe. Never Legion. In the time it takes him to realize that, I'm sure I can find something fun to do in this system. Time to test you out and see if it's really true. Can you give me everything I want, down to the last drop? It became Yuri 2 years later? We didn't know it was Yuri yet. I'm not reading these. I've read these 3 times already. Earth or space? We're just short of 100% human. Let's see how much less than 100% we can get. Never Legion had to marinate in Yuri juice. It's true. That's what my brain is called. Marinate in Yuri juice. Why does it sound so horny? Because it is. Don't talk to me. You literally messaged me first, you nerd. OMG. Harpy. Come on, baby. I'm sorry, what can I do to make it up to you? Give back the ship. There's our boy! Come on, I'm obviously not doing that. Please, I'm begging you, listen to reason. You have so much left to live for. Oh, Mercury, come on. We both know that's not true. You want from me a list of girls who will shoot me out of orbit. She's so smart for this. God. Anyways, don't be a crybaby. I'm fine. Saturn, you're extremely wrong if you think there's a chance I am at all worried about you. If you'd come back, all would be forgiven, but you need to bring it back. Mercury, it's fun playing, but I don't think you've been listening at all. Mercury is not that ship anymore. It's me. Mercury. You wouldn't ask me to give up my own self, would you? I am sailing on a ship of myself now, and I'm not giving it up until gravity drags me back, kicking and screaming. I can't deal with you. Aw, thank you, baby. Kiss, kiss. You're a nightmare, and I'm giving up trying to save you from yourself. I love you. I hate you so much. You can't stay mad at me. I can't, and it's horrible, but my revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can. Oh, darn. Guess I should have fun while it lasts. Saturn, if you defect, I cannot protect you. Iapetus is furious and he's going to come personally for you if you don't come back. I told you I'd do all the missions. Why, you don't believe me, lol? Obviously not. Fair. Okay, let me ask this. Do you think I'd give up on the Aversion Project? Go on. Iapetus wanted us to fight for a new self beyond a ship self, but not even get a taste until the end? Fuck that. My house now. My city now. Tell me which of the two of us you trust less, Mercury. Oh, he's not answering that one. Subject, your apparent promotion. Celestial Mechanics Division Lead. Author, Iapetus. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in being angry with you, so I'll choose to be proud of you instead. I'll refrain from having you sunk, since that's counterproductive to our intentions for that unit. You were as a reserve candidate after all, so you'll do fine. Try not to make it too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'll have Mercury reassigned to you, since he apparently doesn't have a say in the matter. How nostalgic. The two of you had so much potential. Well, he knows how to do his job at least. Do your best to not get the string of pearls sunk. We'll absolutely wash you out of the biological interface and reassign you permanently if we get the chance. So prove you're competent enough and neither of us will have wasted your time. Subject: truce ending. Effective immediately. Native Sphere Mass Communication, Memorial Foundation, Existential Safety. To all the members of the former Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research Division, now known as Celestial Mechanics, this message serves as a formal acknowledgement that this branch has violated our trust and broken the provisions of the 1981 Memorial Foundation consensus by violating Clause 3, the development of a variable gravity engine, and Clause 7, installation of a variable gravity engine into the ship's self-string of pearls. Celestial Mechanics will no longer be listed as part of Memorial Foundation. They will be formally relisted as an independent entity and considered a true existential threat by Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. We are still offering forgiveness, so please defect as soon as possible while the appeal for grace period is still in effect. Please otherwise expect tidal retaliation for existential endangerment of human culture. Halamede. Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. Hi, Hallie. Bye, Hallie. In the strange gravity of the abandoned Daphnis lab, Saturn lies in wait for the looming threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. But what are they after? Will they get it? This is the one that isn't different, right? Or is that the Lunatera one? That might be the Lunatera one. I don't remember. What do you mean I can feel her presence? Please do not try to sound that cool. I can feel her presence. Everyone can feel her presence. I can feel it right now. How could you even possibly ignore something like that? Have fun getting yoinked away. I'm glad you got to catch the Halamede nonsense. Shut up. I mean, I can feel it physically. Oh. Wait, what? Like, how? Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It's like I'm spinning upside down and can't stop. Are you sure you haven't somehow concussed yourself or given yourself gravity sickness from all the damage you managed to inflict on yourself in the past 12 hours? Yes, and it's on top of all of that, and also shut up. String of Pearls is feeding me sensory information on the direct line. I'm a human being with 5 senses, and she's trying to cram a dozen more into me. By direct line, are you in fact talking about the extremely creepy physical interface connection between you and the String of Pearls, correct? When I played this, I didn't know that she's physically attached to that thing in her back. Anyway, that has given me very fun ideas for a character in my game of Armorister. I have made a girl who has the Saturn connection interface, and she's also very traumatized and has a fucked up body. She's a cyber nude type in a very visceral way. I watched Iron-Blooded Orphans. I know how it goes. It really, really is, right? It's truly incredible how we agree about everything and still feel the opposite about it. Also makes you think about how a lot of people conceptualize 621 in Armor Core 6. That makes sense. I have not met the world's okayest lobotomite. I don't have anything that could play Armored Core. Well, maybe I do, but not really. Actually, I was considering playing Dark Souls for Friday the 13th, but then I found the Angel game. I think I might come back to that for Halloween. If I'm streaming Halloween and don't have plans, I might do more Heavenscape. Cause that was fun. Is this why you keep hesitating before giving me intel? Yeah, because you're going to do the opposite of what you should do with it, but I also can't not tell you, because you might die. So running support for you is an incredibly anxiety-inducing affair. It must be hard. Thank you for acknowledging it. So, gonna tell me what's after me? You've already figured it out, haven't you? But, yeah, it's like traitorous masterwork. Pluto! Celestial mechanics traded the knowledge for how to finish String of Pearls in exchange for what they needed to finish the Crown Macula. Hey, it would be pretty funny if they got us this way in the end. It's headed directly to the lab. We've already evacuated on the capital ship, but you're its highest priority. Should I play bait? If anything, it's more important for you to get back to the native sphere first. World's okay, it's lobotomite makes you remember you still need to play Hopeless Junction. What's that? I haven't heard of that. What's... I'm gonna look that up. Oh, it's the game the pick is from. Oh, yeah! I've been thinking about trains and pervert girls for ages, and something possessed me and manifested the story into existence. When I play, I'm excited to play, Coquette Dragoon at some point. That'll be fun. There's so many good, fucked up, all the games slap, yeah. Hey there! You here to hang out with me? You wanna jump up here? Come here. Here, baby. Come on, cat. There you go. She's behind the computer now. No, come over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You can step on my mixer. It's fine. Come here. There you go. Good kitty. Come here. Is she on camera? Hi. Just keep walking a little more. There you go. No, come this side. Lap. No, there she goes. She's very blue. She's back on the floor now. I could have picked her up probably, but that was very cute. In order for us to make contact, we need the String of Pearls. We believe that if you hide in the abandoned Daphnis lab, you can use the decaying gravity furnace for cover. Ah, that's sensible. Yeah. But bait sounds a lot more fun, you know? Really? Oh, come on. Iapetus must think their pilot is a real idiot if she's gonna waste our time on a wild goose chase like that. He wouldn't just sacrifice you like that. He would. There must be backups for making contact. Just because I'm the easiest option doesn't mean I'm the only one. He's testing to see if I'm worth investing in, if I'm going to just get myself killed. Why run? Why not have it out with her? I bet she's thinking the same thing too. Careful, Saturn. If you can tell what they're thinking, they can tell what you're thinking. Please, if I really could do something like that, they wouldn't have kicked me out of the pilots. Then, how do you know the pilot's a she? Because boys can't pilot. Daphnis, the tiny shepherd moon, so small it barely earns the name, tumbles through the Keller Gap, ruffling the rings of the planet it orbits. It houses the last official laboratory of Earth's decommissioned space program, training ground of failures like Saturn, and special girls like Pluto. Saturn remembers it feeling cramped, anxious, and scary. No, wait. Pluto remembers it that way. Saturn remembers when it used to feel so special to be chosen, a candidate for the last generation of pilots. But didn't Pluto feel that way too? Sometimes two things are true. In this place, gravity is quietly degenerating, and distances are becoming ambiguous between past and present, between me and you. Why she said that? Yeah, I don't know. The Daphnis lab seems smaller to Saturn now, though not as tiny as it feels to Pluto. And that's obvious. No longer people size, she tears through it like worms in an apple. But there's a much bigger worm here, and she doesn't know anymore if it was a good idea. Where was that good idea? What was a good idea? Saturn doesn't have any ideas. She's just trying to hide. Even though there's no place where you cannot be felt by me? I know, it's extremely exciting. Stop making me so nervous. Supermassive, small enough to hide in this complex, but with a dual reactor denser than the entire moon compressed into the head of a pin. An hour ago, and Saturn felt the gravitational pull of something so big and so close and so powerful. The interior of a cockpit creaked with the pressure, and her head, heart, and eyes welled up with tears. Yeah, I don't know if it's a typo or intended. I mean, I guess it would make sense more as weather than why. What you up to? I want to give her pets, but I'm playing a video game. Oh, she just bonked my hand with her nose. Something that couldn't be anyone other than Pluto. Oh, she must be pretty big, huh? Why is she so hard to find? Saturn has no idea. Why do I have the feeling someone's laughing at me? No one is laughing at Saturn. The lab's been abandoned for years. But Pluto, wherever she is, giggles. Not in a mean way, she really does think it's cute. I haven't thought about Pluto in a long time. Oh man, it really would be funny if she was in that monster. Well, now someone is laughing at Saturn. Hey! I know someone's here. Whether what was a good idea is more natural, but the 7 will be 9, so a non-standard use of where is more reasonable is also reasonable. Yeah, I don't know. I can feel you listening. But I can hear you too. And I can catch you. You're not the only one who can fuck with the narrative. Mutually assured destruction. The little narrative joke Pluto's giggling through. Yeah, it's great. Time to be a traitor. It's easiest to catch someone. If you don't care, you might get caught yourself. Besides, if you want to drive someone wild, you gotta show them you're worth catching. And that you're good enough to catch them too. The lab is dark. The malfunctioning lights cast an eerie glow. Dying culture without gravity holding it together. But she can hear the faint laughter rippling in the gravity. And where it's coming from. When you don't know the controls, mashing all the buttons at once is just as good. Got you. It's a hit. Her claws sink in. They tremble in the pressure. Whatever they've sunk into is bigger than belief. The Krun macula towers over Saturn. Pluto's ship is so big it barely fits in the complex, but it's only a speck compared to how big it feels. Yeah, her going from like really cocky to going, oh, that's big. Supermassive enough to warp local spacetime, humming and vibrating with nebula dust. Incredibly gentle, or she would have destroyed Saturn and the whole complex without even trying. So big. Oh, wow, you got me. No matter what size it appears, in the truest, most real sense of size, the ship is bigger than this moon, than anything Saturn can imagine. String of pearls quickly flits away, but Crunmacula's grip is on her before she can twitch. And I've got you, Saturn. I was really surprised to see you like this. Cool, alright. I've got poison now, too. Want to see if you're still the top weirdo psychic mutant in space? Oh, wow. Sounds really cool. I don't know if you're ready yet. Wanna bet? Sure. The string of pearls screeches and buckles as the dust ignites and a tiny portion of Pluto's tidal forces slam into her. I love seeing Pluto's dynamic with everyone else because she's just like... She feels so much... When she's by herself and when she's talking to Mars, she feels so much more, like, small than when you're facing her in these scenes. Because when you're against her, she's so big. Yeah, I want to betray for both of them. Yes. That is my plan. It's probably more work than I need to put into it, but you know, I like this game. I like playing. I played Night in the Woods twice, so you know, might as well play this 8 times. The string of pearls screeches and buckles as the dust ignites and a tiny portion of Pluto's tidal forces slam into her. Warning, gravity hazard. Ugh. Had enough? You kidding? Okay, we can turn it up. Ooh, that sure is insane. It feels like my brain is melting into the universe. Well, Lunaterra is deeply personal with a whole lot of baggage. That's everyone with Lunaterra, except for Saturn. Yeah, and with Saturn, she's allowed to actually just unleash and play. It's really sad seeing her restrain herself, and then you don't really see that when she's like fighting people, because she really doesn't show that side to people. You're the one who wanted to show off. You don't have to do that to endear yourself to me, but if you really want to impress me, you're gonna have to do better than that. Yeah, you're really still not impressed, even by this? By what? Ooh, that does sting. It spreads like a poison, even through metal. It jumps like electricity, but drips like a liquid. Pink and impossible, and spreading quickly through the Crunmacula's body. Sorry, I know they say this every time. The electrotoxin is so horny. Saturn's desire to be a toy matching up perfectly with Pluto's constant worry she'll break everything if she fucks up and pushes too hard. No, I'm not ready to cry yet. I love the pink horny goo. Not to be transgender, but I like the pink horny goo. I am banned from Twitter.com for eternity. So, you're not just full of risky bad ideas. That makes me happy. I won't shut you down too hard. Oh, okay, you win. You gonna be good now? Okay. So, what did you want to talk about? As Kratos Grace's glittering psychic death machine, you definitely have more important things to do than go out of your way to bully me for no reason, right? Saturn's just slinging the solar systems with powerful electrostim aphrodisiac lube on everything, and she's proud of it. She knows exactly what she's doing. Also, electrostim aphrodisiac lube is a great band name, just saying. The solar system's most powerful electrostim aphrodisiac is an incredible band name. Oh, I sure did get sleepy. Ugh. The only problem with getting a new cat is learning how to sleep with a cat. I didn't get a lot of sleep. She was very nice, actually. She just tended to yell when she didn't know where we were, and we were still in bed. It was really cute, but also I wanted to just go to bed. But yeah, like, we literally just, like, we went to the shelter yesterday, and we had seen her online, and we were like, oh, she looks so nice and sweet and floofy and good. Not getting a good sleep because Cat is everyone's experience with Saturn. Biting Lunaterra.jpg. Yeah. Saturn is the, I wonder how I taste meme with the, like, the one girl biting their arm and blood spraying out. Yeah, all the new stuff is in the endings. And there's slightly different way of balancing choices. Saturn up at 3 a.m. bouncing off the walls, and anyone living with her is just like, Saturn, what the fuck? She's got the zoomies. So what I want to do is I want to play through the Saturn route, just because it was the first one I did, and I didn't have a lot of context, and now I have all of the context. So I feel like that's kind of fun. But I can skip through the other ones. Oh, that's right. That man and the fleet are escaping, aren't they? I hope you don't mind falling for this trap. Trap? You? Silly. I know you're more important than that. More than catching the rest of Celestial Mechanics fleets? I knew this would be fun, and you knew it too. I am absolutely delighted about you doing that, just to be clear, so you don't have to read my mind to roast me about it. I can't read minds. You know that's not how it works. But I also don't need to know that. But I did want to know how the biggest overachiever in my juniors turned into such a bad girl. If you really remembered me, you'd remember I wasn't ever good. I do remember you. Even if you're not that good at being bad. Do you know what you're doing? With that machine that's so dangerous, we don't even want to find out what it does? I think you just answered your own question about why I'm keeping it. Are you gonna stop me then? But you don't want to. Hey, stop, don't pry into me. If you're pitying me, I'll make you regret it. Not all of us came out perfect like you. Some of us got thrown out before they see any use of all. I won't pity you. I really would have torn this machine apart. But now that I'm here, gifted little mutant to gifted little mutant, I can't bear to. Because some of us just haven't been thrown out yet. Lab-grown girls like us should stick together. I might still make you regret it. Winning isn't my most important task. It's not yours either. Are you sure about that? You're not the one who I'm worried about. It's only your boss I can't forgive. Oh, I love hearing that. Tell me more. I'm getting a crush already. Regretting it now? Look at her eyes going wild. Don't worry. There's nothing you can make me regret. Mercury, listen, it's an emergency. I'm sorry about everything, but it's important. You have to tell Commander that I'm getting sullied. I'm logging off. Bye. I was not fooled for even a second this would be useful. Oh, there's a way of picking the choices that could get all the outcomes for all the girls and access to all the endings in just one more route per girl. people. That does sound nice, actually. I'll do that for Lunaterra. And Pluto. I guess that makes sense, right? Because you want it 50-50, 37 or something before the last option. And then you can just pick if you want to betray or go, the balance route. Really? Not even for a second? I no longer experience hope as a concept. You freed me from it. Aw, stop, I'm blushing. What do you want from me, Saturn? 2 achievements I don't have yet? Let me check Steam. I've unlocked 10 out of 12. You're right. Got it. I see what it is. Do you know any discreet places to make out on Aries? Goodbye, Saturn. Also, here's the test output to date. Saturn. Goodbye. Are you gonna read me the data analysis? If it is indeed data you're sending this time, and not just nudes. That's rude. I always ask before I send them to you. I don't mind acting as the official art director of Saturn's nudes since you need it so badly, and it's substantially less tedious than data analysis. But if you were as punctual about sending data as cockpit selfies, I would have a lot more data to report. Send the tweet about Saturn taking where's the Halloumi tweet about Saturn taking ass pics in her cockpit? Hold on. I regret to inform you that personal experience has informed me that Saturn has several high-res cameras, a sort of unrefined yet effective charisma, and a pathological need to show off her ass. It's not even that hot anyway. Halloumi, you don't have to say that. You don't have to lie like that. Oh, what an excellent exchange. Why are you so incredulous all the time? You stole the prototype. Might I remind you? You can't just continue the field testing as if nothing happened. Why not? Because why would you do anything you didn't want to do? Link? What are you planning? Link? Ugh, fine. They've been dying for it anyway. Cool, how'd I do? This is not bad. Pretty useful. He typed through tears. Don't rub it in. I can't believe your ship. Hi! Hi! Yes? Meh. You're so adorable. Allie's barometer for manhood. Trans girls are not and never have been men. They always ask before trying to send you pictures of their intimate anatomy. Yeah. Fluff, fluff, fluff. You're such a fluffy girl. Such a fluffy. Gonna sit on the chair next to me while I play the video game. You look cozy. I can't believe your ship self's expanded so much already. What have you been doing with it? I think I've been hinting very clearly how. I instantly regret this question. You're supposed to test the prototype in combat. Same difference. I can't believe we invented a ship designed to get into trouble and didn't think, oh, Saturn is the obvious choice for this. We both know why. You were an even more obvious choice than me. Fuck Iapetus for throwing us both out like trash. Come on, aren't you a little happy to see to sow a little havoc in his perfect little garden? I'll be looking forward to you collecting new data. Attaboy. Does Mercury also have the fucked up, like, mech jack on his back, too? Pilot Candidate 7 Mercury interviews. Don't worry, it's just a checkup. A historically untrustworthy scenario. It's just questions, I promise. That's not really a great way to set my mind at ease. Let's just answer the questions. Okay, wise guy? Fine. Have you experienced a sense of vertigo or loss of balance for a period lasting more than 2 minutes in the last month? No. Have your eating habits changed at all recently? No. No. Mercury, work with me, please. Why? You work with me. If I absolutely promise neither I nor anyone else will do anything at all to stop you from being exactly who you want, or from whatever changes you need, will you at least answer my questions? Sometimes. Maybe. Whoops. Okay, that's good enough for me. We're just curious as to the side effect of the life in space. What are the educational programming of Dr. Nix, or in reference to the behavior of Iapetus? No, that's backwards. Everyone else seems to get to do whatever they want without limits in space. Why is it weird when I do it? We want to test for the effects of space alone, so self-induced changes have to be controlled for. Don't ask what's in my endocrine system. It's my endocrine system. Fine, it's testosterone, and I put it there because I wanted it there. Is that enough? Well, I guess that's what I needed to know. If you promise not to ask me about it again, I'll give you all the data I cataloged about the changes. Okay, I get it. You're starting to get it. Stop treating me like a girl, and I know you've really got it. You got far enough into candidacy, I think he probably does. Yeah, that makes sense. Recommended tactics extracted from Nerid OS, ship self-string of pearls documentation. The string of pearls is configured for specific outward expressions of gravity, tidal forces. The dissonant rhythm of this reactor makes peaceful tidal communication risky and difficult. Be cautious despite the range and penetration this unit is capable of. The electromagnetic conductors have liquefied the electrical energy into a corrupting material, a form of theoretical matter that should be used as the primary engagement tool. A seducer-saboteur model, the unit's functions are inherently insidious. Rather than armor, the plastics are infinitely malleable and regenerate. It's safer to take damage head-on as an opportunity to infect rather than avoid, but the unit can be contained, restrained, and impeded physically and tidally. Oh, I still have cough drops. I have 1 cough drop. I think I need that. Joyride, killjoy. There. What do you want? You want scratches? You want pets? Or do you want to just yell at me? Flop. Please tell me how long you're going to be engaged in this. May I stress again? Incredibly dangerous giant waste of time. You know, you might think Celestial Mechanic Saturn is a Cindy the Skull, an obnoxious subculturist vandal. Wrong. She's Kuno. Your syndromes, Kuno! That is maybe my favorite Disco Elysium post. Kuno's got syndromes! That's so fucking funny. I don't think you can reclaim that, Kuno. Until they start sending someone interesting after me, Mercury. The whole fleet would be after you if you hadn't damaged the entire launch hangar when you stole that. Could they even take me out while I'm flying this thing? No, but it won't stop him from trying. And let me stress, this info packet is a gift purely to prevent your ship self from falling into enemy hands, and not an indication of any sort of forgiveness. Let me worry about Iapetus, Mercury. He's gonna be a whole lot less grumpy when I clear the way for us and Celestial Mechanics to return to the native sphere. I've got it all figured out. You absolutely don't, but okay. Did you read the info packet? Ace Memorial Foundation pilot Lunaterra is in hot pursuit with escorts. Planned an attack on the lab, arrived after you escaped. Do not engage under any circumstances. Boring! But this part was good. I don't expect you to control your impulses, but given that you're just like that, she's the last person you should be trying to fight on purpose. Sounds like I should definitely fight her on purpose, right? I hate you. Aw, come on! The carrier's never gonna make it out of the system if I don't. You don't know how to pilot your ship, and she's a veteran since the Cold War. You're going to get yourself captured and humiliated, and the ship trashed. Odd. So you're saying there's no downside. Why are you doing this to me? And she's 6'1", huh? Your attention to detail is so useful sometimes. You're using me to cruise? Your taste is so awful. Ugh, I hate you. Oops, looks like one of her escorts is in range. Sorry, you gotta go. This surprise is all you got. All I got, you know? I'm gonna eat a mech. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Having fun dismantling my escorts. With a string of Pearl's fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanic musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding, a souvenir of the last of Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. It's still sparking and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them. Though, I suppose Europa's learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves. Oh, really? That's really interesting. Mind telling me more? Oh, she's a hacker too? How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comp frequency. Aw, you flatter me. But hey, what did that mean exactly? The part about the girls who can't control themselves? I really want to hear more. It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms? Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses to a single point. Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so is her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she could never completely repair. The Mercurium's over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypal prototype for all their ship selves. Still going, after all these years. Still furiously untouchable. The string of pearls hasn't gone down no matter how much she's been rammed with that spear, but she hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once. I keep railing my cat girl and she's so bad at trying to scratch me. Not bad at all for a joyride. You can't get one hidden. Good thing you don't win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies. Oh. No. Lunatara puts a stake of solid light through the string of Pearl's legs, pins it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metals begin molding and reforming around the wound immediately. A ridiculous, unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she's trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, and in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship. That's a pretty amazing ship. Think it'll last. Either you're not fighting just for fun because you're that reckless, or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around. I'm not done yet. That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg. But she's not going to let that stop her. Ugh. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be, claws bubbling, but Lunatara effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest. Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. Doesn't seem to have stopped you that much. Right, it was so rude of them to try and stop me. It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it. Same as you, right? Do I know you? Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. But do I know you? So I do, don't I? Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you. Why should I? Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight? Can you promise it'll go differently? I can promise it'll be more fun. You're asking me to totally abandon my duty to bring you back and do that instead. Why, you won't? The legendary pilot who defected from Memorial Foundation and then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy. I guess you do know me. We want to trust each other? Or is it more fun if we don't? It's more fun if they do, and Saturn gets embarrassed. How was that? Did it hurt? Just weird. It's weirder that it doesn't hurt. It's easier for Lunatara to cut through the malleable flesh of the string of pearls directly than to untangle her from the wrapper. The flesh reforms quickly, so she has to work patiently. String of pearls might be impossible to destroy. Even if Saturn can't land a hit, Lunatara feels like somehow she's the one who got lucky. If this just hurt, if just this hurt, you'd never be able to fight. Your brain is giving you more nuanced information. You're very sensitive. Lucky. You'll get used to it. She is so traumatized. It's so absolutely right how they do knife play on the first date. It's so good. Gentle knife play. Not to be a horny little fucker, but... yeah, it's great. Oops. If you're serious about next time, think of yourself as something a little bigger. I like that. Being big. Glad I trusted you. Stop shaking then, or ask me to go easier. Just a little easier. Of course. Do you remember me yet? I thought you'd remember the name of at least some of the girls you made out with in supply closets. Oh. Your face! Just kidding, but... sorry, it was worth it. You weren't kidding about still being dangerous. There's LT headlights! The woman, the myth, the legend. No, it's so easy to fluster her. Every pilot knows you, by both of your reputations. You're definitely Saturn, because nobody hated me as much as you. So now I'm curious why you don't anymore. If I tell you, you'll owe me extra. So save it for the next time you catch me. Well, I'll just have to catch you again quick. All free. Now get out before someone catches us. So evasive, and yet landing a direct hit is so easy. Yeah. I like that. She's not as numb as she thinks she is, which I think is very, very cool. It's good, like, depth. Root corruption. Error. Mission parameters not detected. Mission results. Question marks needed for gravitational slingshot permissions. Navigation shortlist not found. Manual inject mission results. Text. Mission parameters found. All results perfect and amazing. Wow, thank you, Saturn. Flight path generating. Flight path Cronus orbit refuel on planet Ares. Lagrange colony pass. Classified operation Earth's moon. New standing orders coming in. Ares. Guard Celestial Mechanics fleet refueling on Ares Oxygen Ocean. Stay out of trouble and do not engage Memorial Foundation troops patrolling in the immediate vicinity. Accept orders? No. Error. Cannot proceed. Manual inject. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Ares. What's up, Pluto says? I think you're giving me too much credit and yourself not enough. Be careful today. I'm never careful any day, so... I'm serious this time. Iapetus is in the field today. I don't know where he's fighting, but you should be careful. Jeez, you worry too much. Obviously, because you give me so much to worry about. I mean, are you really worried? His ship self is actually not that scary. Not as scary as mine. As if that was the thing I was worried about. What then? Oh, ew, God! I'm not even thinking about letting our mutual ex touch me. I won't even fight him. I'll curve him the second his tides so much as tremble against my plating. Why would you worry? I don't even slightly hate him less than you do. There's no possible way you hate him more than I do, but that's not the issue. Fuck him! Fuck Iapetus. I'm throwing him into a pit. That's never the issue with him. Hitting him hasn't made him any easier to deal with. We were kids, though. We're older and wiser now. Lamau. At least you are, Mercury. Hardly. Or I wouldn't be telling you. You remember how he just casually lingered his fingers a second too long on your shoulder? Ugh. In front of everyone? Ugh. Ugh. It was so gross. It was so gross. And I loved the attention every time. It made me so smug. I loved it. It was gross. I hate him. Do you love yourself enough not to fall for it again? I definitely hate him enough to not fall for it. Do you? No, obviously. I'm still in Celestial Mechanics, so how do you think I feel? You're soaring. You've got a stupid idiot who loves you, and you'll get to research and do research and never have to deal with him again. And with this ship self, we'll have the future. And no matter what, I'll make sure he won't. Subject: Re. Celestial Mechanics main fleet. Misfired transmission. Junk data. Error. Oh my god, sorry for getting back to you so late, but I was in the middle of the meeting. My phone buzzed so much the director asked me if I needed to take a call. I swear you do this on person. On purpose. I don't even think you really need feedback on your nudes that quickly, even though, yes, they're really important to me, and I can't stop thinking about them or getting any of my work done, and my presentation suffered greatly for my lack of focus. I expect you've prepared a little payback, and after I sent you my schedule so this wouldn't happen again even. Hey, you wouldn't have asked me for my meeting time so you could send me those at the worst possible moment, would you? I already know the answer to that, so why don't you tell me this? Why can I never get enough for you? Of you. Oh god. Getting a little sleepy. Which is a shame. I don't want to get sleepy. I don't have energy. More members of the Greater Celestial Mechanics Polycule. All these horny nerds are constantly sexting each other. I mean, look, if I was traumatized by my boss, and then still had to work for him, I'd have some coping mechanisms. That's the cat? She's not in here right now. She went to the bathroom and then she left. She's very, very good about being house trained, which I wasn't sure if she would be or not. Yeah, I heard her. She went, yeah. She's very cute. Oh, stretch. Yes. Yeah. Why don't you go talk to Julia? Yeah, you're purring. You wanna? You wanna come up here? There you go. There you go. Good baby. Good fluffer. She's right on my computer. Come here. Bonk. Come here. I've got a nice lap. I'm gonna sit in the chair. Oh, she's going to the windowsill. Hop. You're on TV. She's so cute. Her name is Cinderella. But we've called her Cinders and Ella. And little fluff girl. Her paws are so big and floofy. It's adorable. Deep dive. The oxygen ocean serves as both fuel yard and terraforming engine for the planet Ares, and it's the perfect hiding place for the migrating celestial mechanics fleet. But deep down, something is reaching up for them. Saturn, what are you doing? Disabling all comms and the diving supports, and... Oh, you're still here. I thought I got this channel too. Well, I should go ahead and shut it. Don't you dare cut me off. You can listen if you promise not to whine. Or stop me. I will do no such thing, and you cannot make a deal with me. I am simply stating the fact, not making an argument. Ugh, just why, Saturn? Why are you such an incorrigible, petulant nightmare? After you were probationally forgiven for doing a very good job not getting the string of pearls ruined or captured, and Command even decided to give you the job of sparking the gravity engine that will take our fleet back to the native sphere. Where'd you go? She left. I would think you wouldn't be so into pressing your luck recklessly. But everyone except for you is so annoying. They're annoying because whatever is causing the tidal interference from the bottom of the oxygen ocean is almost certainly that Cradle Erase's weapon. They have no reason to believe you're not going to be loyal. Oh, no reason to believe you're going to be loyal. You're right, I'm not. Every single second of the day, you're horrid and undisciplined, and your brief periods of obedience only seem to exist to throw everyone off later. I mean, if you want me to cover for you, you have to play along a little. Why are you like this? Years of encouragement and grooming, followed by abandonment and neglect. You know that. Same as you? And same for that pilot you're after too? Is that why? In a different way, but I think so. Enemy or not, I want to talk. I think I'm getting somewhere. And I'm not going to get to talk if you all are interfering. What if she doesn't want to just talk? Then you'll really appreciate me cutting the cable before she pulls you all down there with me. Why is it so important anyway? You'll really jeopardize the whole operation for that? Why, you don't think I have my own cunning master plan? It's way better than his. Supposedly nothing can stop the Krun macula. Is it better to find out if that's true sooner or later? Fight her or talk, which is it? Are they any different? Anyways, don't worry when the connection accidentally breaks. I'll be fine. Promise. And you will be too. Get in a tug of war above the waves. The balance shifts because Pluto tugs and Saturn tugs harder. Deep, so deep, crushing and dark, but the string of pearls has organs that see everything. Smoky and cold, she slips down in a stream of evaporation, just shy of being the spark that blows it all up. Whatever's down there, but don't play dumb, because Saturn knows exactly who and what's down there, is playing coy. Oh, interesting. You have the same idea, Pluto? Freaking up. Interference. Cutting off the comms? Well, now I don't have to cut the comm line myself. Saturn doesn't have to play by anyone's rules, even and especially the rules of the universe. It's made of a last-minute miracle. It loves it best when it's just waiting on the edge of being one possibility and another, tempting fate and not caring where it lands. Pluto doesn't cross the rules. She's the universe itself. A perfect target for Saturn and the walls she crashes against. She's not playing coy. She's looking for someone to crash against her. It is a good scream. From the depths, Krun macula tugs, but playfully. String of Pearls takes the invitation and yanks back not so playfully after at all. Hey boo, you wanna play? I sure do. So come up and play my game. Oh, sure, if you can make me. Krun macula is the plunge into fascination, a fall omnidirectional into the end of the universe. Krun macula can drown the ocean in her gravity, but String of Pearls has the greatest trick. The String of Pearls cheats distance. She can't ignore it, but she can interpret it differently. So a function of x is an anxious avoidant, infinitely approaching and never reaching asymptote. Or maybe f of x can be a curve accelerating rapidly into infinity. Math isn't hard for Saturn. Just the results. Mercury would be screaming if the comms were still on, because this is a big risk. The most dangerous and guaranteed way to get the Celestial Mechanics fleet wrecked if she isn't careful. And even if she is, closing distance is mutual. Pulling Pluto out of the depths of the oxygen ocean is not something she's doing for them. If Saturn wants to change the rules, then Pluto will let her. She'll be the one to set the variable. No matter what Saturn sets the f of x to, Pluto sets the force. She can go slack if she wants to. Saturn's equation is something like f of x equals the closer you approach, the further I move away. A hard equation to solve. Are you up for it? Along with the equations of gravity, Saturn fires hooks. They wouldn't have hit without the equation, but it was the moment of Pluto's curiosity that they bet on. That's enough. The ocean plunges. The ships rock. Emergency retraction. Max output. Okay. I was trying not to cause so much trouble. I just wanted to delay you for a little while. But if you really insist, I'll come make all the trouble you want. That's funny, considering how hard you've been wrecking the Celestial Mechanics fleet. I almost think you aren't going easy at all. Saturn is pulling hard, but it's like trying to pull a star out of a black hole. But something about the way Pluto reacts makes Saturn think it might still be possible. You're working hard. I was just sent to make sure you all didn't have an easy time. I've never worked hard, ever. You sound kind of like a liar. You sure you're not still a bit good? Say it to my face. Okay, if you really insist. I can get carried away too. Saturn's capture cables go slack, and she shoots up and out of the ocean, pulled by the panicking surface crew. The equation input has changed. The number Pluto has changed it to gives Saturn a thrill. As the oxygen tidal wave starts building, the ocean trembles, the fleet sees and nearly capsize, but Saturn breaks out of the liquid and into the sky, and Pluto is pulled up and out and free. The Crone Macula is more frightening and powerful than Saturn remembered. She can't be scared now. Well, maybe she can. Just a little. But this is what she wanted too. A beautiful solution to her equation. It's hard to know someone if you haven't fought them. That's something she's known for a long time. The pain of wondering if you just aren't good enough to stand next to someone. She'd prefer to know where she stands. For Pluto, who was made to be so overwhelming that in her presence no other option but peace can exist, she doesn't have anything to prove herself. Win or lose, she's open when others are honest. Between ship selves, all conflict must be honest. It's the only way to make contact. That's the moment she's waiting for, to give life to all the feelings unleashed when she decided she'd let herself have them. The Celestial Mechanics fleet can't do anything but wait, and think about how this is all probably Saturn's fault. You're strange, Saturn. I don't know what to think. You think you can't win, but you're trying anyway. What do you want to happen? So sure and unsure of yourself. Just come on already. We can't all be gravitational beauties. Tides come from people, and people are people, whether they get there being taught or being made. Keep the pity out of your voice, or I won't be having fun anymore. I don't pity you. I was very lucky. There's no reason why I got to be so lucky. But it's selfish too. I didn't deserve it, but I'll never feel guilty about it. I had too much at stake to feel guilty when I got everything I wanted. I know exactly how that feels. Unlike you, though, they took it away again when they were done with me. Yes, you are really petable. You are so soft and fluff. Oh, looks like they weren't able to for very long, though. You won't get anywhere with girls if you insist on believing you had it the worst. Every girl has it the worst. You know, I liked it better when I was dragging you. Are you ready to try again? Teach me a lesson or get over yourself. And let me see what's under that MV. Saturn's got a good idea. Even as the Crone Macula tosses the fleet apart with tidal forces, the string of pearls closes in. She can be as close as touch, yet always out of reach. This time she sets the function of X to as close as can be. Of course, that's in the crush of her gravity well, but that's fine. Because Saturn has dedicated her life to being a fucked up loser. I love that line so much. I thought for sure I could make you squirm, but you're so perfect. You're even better at accepting that you're not perfect than me. Top 10 lines. So many good lines. But that's not to say that I'll let up for a moment, no matter how bad at this I am. I love that. It's a great thing about you. You don't know how strong your belief is. You know you're going to lose, but fight anyway. Believe you're going to win even still. I always win when I lose. I would never go in if I didn't know that. Electrotoxic waves sting the current macula as she embraces the string of pearls. It's like making out with a battery. It's uncomfortably like getting electrocuted, but comfortably like making out. Also, top 10 lines. How long can you keep that up? How long can you last if you're crushed like this? What? Isn't this a great idea? Being crushed like a pancake under you is great. You're really incorrigible. I love it. But I can last longer than you can. Maybe, but is it worth it? You're not going to be able to waste time like I can. I'll make it way worse for you. But I can keep this up. I've got nothing to lose. That's so selfish and ridiculous. It's the worst for everyone. I love it. It's really kind of outrageous. I can't believe it. Okay, you win, even though your side objectively loses. What do you want? Saturn's weapons slow and fizzle, but Pluto doesn't quite let go. Just hearing I won is all I want. You're really right about yourself. You're totally the worst. I wish I could be just like that. Next time we meet, I'll show you. The captain told me to thank you for the data stream. You are very welcome. Do you have new results for me? Yeah, I'll encrypt them. Thank you, thank you. You're the best. I guess there's no point in asking what you want them for. How afraid should I be? I'm just trying to fulfill our mission, Mercury. You know that. I'm going to tell him you're as inscrutable and petulant as ever. Aw, please. I don't want your hobby to hate me. Why do you always call Ganymede the captain anyway, though? Because some of us have a sense of discretion. Aw, Captain's pet is so well behaved. You're one to talk, Saturn. You should just use them. Like, just don't use emojis and just use the silly smileys. That's what I do. I mean, I still use emojis because some emojis you just can't do like that. Or you can, but it's not the same. Like, I can't do an upside down smiley face with a keyboard. It doesn't work that way. In the same way. It's a different, it's still like a similar, it's a similar emotion, but it's super different. You're going to end up at the pound one of these days if you go through any more superior officers. Emojis not by choice, forever an emoticon girl. Hell yeah. I like a lot of emojis, but there's some things I just can't convey through them. No, it's cute that you both tidally locked that quick. You're making all the lesbians jealous. Then act like it's Saturn. I will not apologize for locking it down. I've had my fill of being a pet. The fact that the bracket 3s auto-converted into an emoji heart saddens you. Oh, yeah. It can be like that. I don't really want to be a pet either. Maybe you are learning to love yourself. I want to be a toy. What I'd like is to be a toy. That's even worse. No, it's better. Plastic and metal can be molded into any kind of shape. You can smooth over and change whatever you want. You only have to accept the interference you're designed for. The toy never gets to do anything. It just sits there looking pretty. Mercury, what do you think I want? Don't you love how our ship selves evoke so much? Just by being plastic in the silhouette of a human. These beam weapons are my fingertips. This chassis is my tits. But they're also beam weapons in an impenetrable chassis. They can shred the plastic all they want, but they can't touch me. Plastic can't get hurt. But you still can be. Don't forget. People fawn over objects. They worship them. I want to be the product they obsess over. I thought you were tired of getting thrown away. I am not for individual retail sale. Look, don't touch. One of a kind not sold in stores. This is like, I think I talked about it last run around, but like, this is so relatable. Like, sometimes you're just like, oh, getting groomed and fucked up and thrown out and disposed of. Yeah, the fact that Saturn or token cis girl is the one that says this. They're all freaks. Saturn's cis, but is also like making empty spaces posts like constantly on Tumblr. She gets it. It's very relatable. Like, she's already being objectified. Why not just go all the way with it? And her ship self helps her do that, which is nice. Annual Academy student rating. Memorial Foundation Space Station Academy archives. I won't rate them. They're still learning. Given this, Halamede is underperforming based on the expectations you set out for her. I told her the projections were completely divorced from reality, repeatedly, for this very reason. The authority she may have wielded on Earth means nothing up here. I should add, because I know you will forget, it is as early as inconvenient. She is performing very highly compared to her peer group in specific areas you seem to consider so highly. Yes, even compared to your Generation 1 aces. She has the potential to surpass them, so stop asking if she's surpassed the top one yet. I prefer to keep those two as separate as possible for interpersonal reasons. Halamede is too competitive and easily impressed to not make me worry about placing her in close contact with the number 1 ace. Your attempts to put those two in the same room has not gone unnoticed by me. Do you just love drama, Iapetus, or is there something else you believe is more important than the health of our pilots? Did Iapetus cause... Is it his fault that Halamede is fucked up over Ludoterra? Was Iapetus the one who introduced them to each other? What the fuck? Adding to the list of his crimes. Just realized I used the C word. Sorry, Hallie. I don't like when people call me cis. I don't want to ever be a kind of woman that trans women can never be. Chaser Extraordinaire, Halamede Memorial Foundation. Next, final resignation. In these moments, nothing is more painful than being patronized, but you couldn't even spare me that. I can't understand why you thought me to be that naive, though. I really didn't know. I thought a world where children were together and free and could write their own futures sounded wonderful. We didn't even get close for them to understand that's not what they wanted. I knew it from the start. I regret only that they didn't get further before they noticed. It's like, she's not right, but she's right. she's like, it's bad to divorce trans women from womanhood, which is a good take. The bad take is going, there should be no meaningful differentiation between women in that way based on like relation to gender. Oh, I think she just jumped in a box and then was like, no, there's stuff in here, I don't like it, and jumped out. It's fun having a cat. You're asking for my resignation, but there's nowhere else for me to go. There's nowhere else for those children to go, either. I won't let you have them, and I won't let you crush them back into their earthly shapes. What you're asking is for me to declare war. So, I will do so, and we will see if Earth's tides are truly powerful enough to crush the new humanity you rejected. Nyx. Okay. Did you find a bug? What's going on? She's got the zoomies. Having cats around is so nice. Yeah, so we both are cat people. And we had been wanting to get a cat for a long time, and we were like, oh, our apartment's too small for a cat. Let's wait until we get to a bigger apartment. And we did that, and then we were like, kind of looking around and kind of not really, and planning like big stuff, and like we're like, do we have time for a cat? Do we have the resources for it? And then Jules was like, oh my god, look at this cat, you're gonna love her. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, I'm gonna love her. And then we go to the shelter to look at her, and she is so sweet. And we're like, okay, we did say would be able to just bring her home today. We ask if we can do that, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. And we didn't have to pay an adoption fee or anything because she is over 6 years old. And so they kind of just want people to have a reason to adopt the older cats. Which is good. It's very good. So we bring her home, and she gets kind of upset in the car ride. And then we get her home, and she's like immediately the most comfortable cat we've ever seen in the new space. And so like the first day we had her, she was like lying on us and like being close to us and everything. Oh, your kitties are 14, 6, and 3. That's a good range. Yeah, I think... Yeah, she didn't hide at all. She was like, I want to be with you right now, forever. So that's how we knew we made the right choice. She would like go sit on the bed with us. She likes attention, which is hard because we're both working, but we do our best. And right now she's zooming around the apartment. Alright, let's do Lunaterra. 400mm kiss. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape and resupply the routes to the resting Celestial Mechanics fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble. But what's the chance of that? No, go ahead, take your time. We're not dying yet or anything. You know, fighting officially on Ares is a lot less fun than I was promised it would be. It's real work, Saturn. I thought that's what all of that getting back on our good side was about. They shouldn't have done such a good job of hiding in the oxygen ocean then. You could maybe stage an attack from the Olympus ruins, but not even Cradle's Graces is precious enough to defend them. Memorial Foundation is thorough enough to wash over it. Of course, only they would be that annoying. There's recent activity there, and they want an investigation. They're just being paranoid. There's a stupid plan, and they're only sending someone there to waste their time chancing we're done. Or baiting us. Where are you? Oh. Just scooting around super fast. Would they really send their ace if that was the case? Wait, that old Memorial Foundation warhorse you mean? Why didn't you tell me the most important part first? Coordinates now, please. Saturn, I really hope you're not actually. Yeah, I'm feeling like, you know, Command is right, actually. That area needs some really thorough investigation. Just to be sure, I'm gonna investigate right inside her mech. What's with the sudden enthusiasm? It's really not... No, wait, it's exactly like you. When you said you fought off the Mercurium's pilot, what were you actually doing? I don't know what you're talking about, Mercury. I was so dutiful and brought this back in one piece, so that means I won. So don't worry about it. Why are you like this? Saturn gets no-scoped by Lunaterra. The balance shifts because Lunaterra could hold still and Saturn couldn't. Correct for gravity, it's unsettlingly weak. Correct for the cold blue starry daylight of the fragile Aries atmosphere. Sniping from the remains of a capital spire is like being just an eye and a trigger finger. A thrilling place for Lunaterra to fight. Correct for wind. Oh. It's skittish and powerless. Correct for gravity, there's still too much of it. Correct for the nuisances of this infant planet that will never be. Skirting along the abandoned roads of the city that never was is like being an exposed nerve. A thrilling place for Saturn to fight. Luna T is going to investigate the inside of Saturn, but not in the way Mercury would inspect. Yeah. I see you. Lunaterra squeezes the trigger for the 17th time. The cover couldn't protect String of Pearls from Lunaterra's eyes, and it sure can't protect her from her trigger finger. Engage reactor. Initiate inertial control. The slug whips right by Saturn, and that's 7 times dodged. The bullet effect is so good. The 4 shrinking holes in her chassis, marching closer to the String of Pearls' heart. Mark what happens when she doesn't. Getting shot still sucks. Saturn isn't used to it. That one was so close. That was really, really, really close. Tell me I'm getting better, right? No way, it's just luck. You've gone from getting hit all of the time to getting hit half of the time. That's better, but what you want is to be hit none of the time. Don't tell me what I want. Maybe I love being shot. You wouldn't be the first. Wow, weird! You must fight some really problematic people. Points itself, points itself, points itself. Some pilots find interesting ways to pass the time. I kinda get the appeal. What else is there to do? If you didn't love getting shot so much, you wouldn't run around space shooting each other. If that's true, why did you come here to fight? If that's true, why did you come here? The music gets most of the focus sound-wise, but the sound design's so good. Yeah, especially the UI sounds. I bet Hallie loved getting shot. She got super mad about it, but she loved it. Yeah, I believe this. I think, I think Halamede is like, this is... Halamede says she's into bondage, and what she means is the pink fuzzy handcuffs and nothing else. And one of them is unlocked, and also you don't have to eat the orange. Don't think Hallie would be physically capable of admitting it, but for sure. Yeah. Oh, you're making cheesy kimchi rice. Nice. I think that Korean food is the best food in the world. I love the flavor profile of like gochujang in basically everything. It's so good. I love that spicy. There's nothing left to fight over on Ares for anyone. Give me one thing to do more fun than look demure and get shot at. Food is good. It's so true. There's very few foods I don't like think are great. That's right. Someone has to do the shooting. That tells me what position you favor, but it doesn't answer my question. I'm taking evasive maneuvers. If I dodge the next one, answer my question. The foundation of community is sharing food. Food is very good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Apparently I'm gonna be able to make some cookies for a cookie exchange this year. And that sounds really fun. I'm gonna make, well, I'm gonna try and make sugar cookie, I'm gonna try and make, blood orange matcha sugar cookies with red icing. I hope it works. I hope they taste good. Last year for Lunar New Year, I made, really nice, like, orange shortbread cookies. Well, they were supposed to be shortbread. And then the butter wasn't firm enough. I didn't really refrigerate them enough. So they kind of got really, really flat and kind of lacy and crispy, which was good. They were still really good. They still had a really good amount of orange flavor. But they didn't keep their shape super well. If I dodge the next one, answer my question. I won't answer the first one, but I'll answer a different one. If you dodge. Saturn gets so quiet. She gets so still. Yet her heart is thumping. Her reactor is thrumming with resonance. It's obvious Lunaterra is sniping her from the tower, the city's last and tallest building. But now, suddenly, she isn't so sure. She isn't sure if she knows where Lunaterra is, or if she knows anything about her at all. What did her face look like again? Hit. It's not like that Saturn wasn't on the ready. She's baiting. She knows exactly what she's doing. Lunaterra just guessed for the 1/2 second where Saturn wasn't ready and slipped her solid light bullet in that space. The shot lands right in her throat. For a moment, Saturn's just, I'm dead. But she's not. I don't remember this. Then she hurts so bad she wants to die. But she's just mistaking the very different things the string of pearls feels instead of that. This being the hottest mission outcome. John, do you want to get shot by a tall butch? Is this what's going on here? Yes! Very much so. Good. It's not really pain, but it's a feeling so overwhelming it shuts Saturn down like pain would. It's fascinating, full of information. Lunaterra, you're doing a very good job of convincing me to not try and get shot. I've heard that before too. You sure are having fun. What makes you think that? Wanna know how I know? When correcting for gravity, the impression you leave in space feels a little for a second like... Well, someone might say it's like an eye roll, but I think it's kind of like a giggle too. Maybe that counts as a hit. You don't win cat and mouse games by batting every time a head pokes out. Except somehow you do. You're good at making people not follow their own better instincts. My Steam review of the game is literally, much like Saturn, I have a desperate need to be shot by a trans woman who's a decade older than me. Good Steam review. 6 stars. You shouldn't be getting me to teach you to fight fair. You do much better like this. Aw, thank you. But I don't fight fair because I have absolutely no idea how to fight. But this is why I hate you, Lunatera. You just don't get it. I want to beat you at something you're good at. You're really tough. Not your sniping, which can't stop me at all, but how you're totally impenetrable. You're doing something tricky. What are you doing? Oh, you can penetrate her, alright. Still my question, my hit. That's the rules. Why are you here? Firstly, because I refuse to ever be bored, just like you. Secondly, wiping that smug expression off your face is my deepest desire. So teach me how to weave through your fire and sink my claws in you. What's the third reason? Not telling, I already gave you one for free. Nice dodge. My question then. Dodge a real one first. Lunatera fires and Saturn leaps forward directly into it. The bullet misses, her tail sparks, and she thrusts through the atmosphere. How's that? Good work. But you have to keep it up. Lunatera lands a bullet straight through her legs and Saturn crumples. The moment her limbs heal, Saturn leaps again. She's ready for the next bullet, but not the one behind it. But that one's a clean shot. Right through her. No stopping power at all, and she leaps through again and is gone in the rubble before Lunatera can land another shot. Is that more dodges or more hits? Counterpoint. Here's my opinion on getting shot so far. It fills my brain with overwhelming information and barely stops me from doing anything at all because I'm in control of an impossible space war machine. So, can you actually say you've really hit me? Flawed argument. Really disappointing, and I was expecting a lot better. Am I losing? Can I ever lose, no matter how much you shoot me? I don't think so. Don't actually think so. This machine is never going to lose. You can pin me down. You might be so much better than me I couldn't beat you in a million years, but I will keep trying and beat you with dumb luck. Maybe that is true. You never hit me. Why are you here? Did you know there's a theory that ship selves can't ever actually be destroyed? You can break as much of them as you want, but the gravity engine will always pull it back into shape. As long as you're sufficiently tenacious, you can survive anything and try again until you get it right. So you do get what this machine is for. My least favorite person in the world came up with that theory, and this is the ship self to test it. So naturally I know all about it. But it's true that no one has died. That's why they get to say that there's still no war in space. Dodging my question again. But, in practice, wrecking a ship self until both the pilot and the ship give up is indistinguishable. Because you can become so broken continuing is impossible. Even if they can't kill you, you can be changed. You think you can do that to me? Or is that what you want to have happen to you? I have. To people who have much more fun with this than you do. This don't call it a war is nothing but play fighting. All it takes is someone not playing her along to ruin it all. The solid light slug passes so close to Saturn's head that the heat chars her face black. But it's not a hit. She incremented to the left 0.05 seconds before impact. Oh, you are getting better. It's definitely my question now. I'm still answering. That theory has not been disproven. It's more than likely true. But this is something you should know first. Your body can't be killed or destroyed, but it can be changed. When you are hit, truly hit, you're bent into a different kind of shape, and through that you can change. I think you should ask yourself if you're ready for that before you say you want to play with me for real. Speaking from experience, about that always bleeding wound on your ship self. It's not always a bad thing to change. Last one. If you can't dodge this, I don't think you're ready. Once again, Saturn feels Lunatera slipping away. She's not here. She's not anywhere. She never was. Once again, it's my hit. Electricity explodes from the target point and connects back to the origin. It starts from where Lunaterra is, and when it connects back to Saturn, fast as light, the course correction defines the pathway retroactively. Wow. I'm an idiot. This is great. You're not supposed to be ecstatic about someone getting the best of you. That's my move. Sorry. But I was condescending before. Next time we fight, it'll be for real. What if I don't want to fight? Then that'll be real then too. Okay. Root core reformatting, 67% complete. Awaiting flight path. Input? Manual inject extract CM flight path. Forcibly extracting coordinates. Coordinates received. Flight path passes through the former pilot training school, Lagrange colony. Refusing new mission assignments. Error block from ship self side. Manual inject scan virus. Manual inject extract. 3 viruses detected and deleted. You have new mission assignments. Colony, reclaim tidal reactor from Colony Corp before Memorial Foundation. Colony, prevent theft of entire colony by Cradle's Graces. Accept orders? Lamau. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Lagrange colony. Okay. I am going to save here. Because I'm very tired.